Welcome back. Today we are diving into a project that is making some serious waves, quickly becoming the #1 DeFi protocol on the Midnight Network. We're going to break down their vision, take a look under the hood at their platform, and unpack the community-first token model that's got so many people talking. Okay, let's get into Ascend.
And we're kicking things off with this really bold statement because it gets right to the heart of their mission. This isn't just some catchy tagline. It's the future that Ascend is literally building the plumbing for. A future that isn't dominated by people clicking buttons, but by autonomous, intelligent trading agents.
So, here's our game plan for this explainer. We'll look at the new frontier they're building, we'll go inside the platform itself, check out the proof of their traction, break down those unique tokenomics, and then at the end, we'll talk about how you can get involved.
All right, part 1, a new trading frontier. This is all about the big picture, right? The fundamental idea that's driving this entire project.
And here's the key takeaway. They are making a huge bet that the future of finance isn't actually human-led, it's agent-driven. And they are building the core infrastructure to make Midnight the central hub for all of that automated activity.
And you know, this isn't just some far-off theory. It is already happening. Their partnership with Masumi is the first huge step. They've built the tech that lets Masumi's agents trade directly on the Ascend protocol. And get this, that means Midnight's very first active trading agent is already live and using their platform right now.
Okay, so that's the big idea. Now let's move on and see what they've actually built. We're going inside the Ascend platform to look at the product and what makes it tick.
First things first, you gotta understand this core concept, event perps. You can think of these as prediction markets on steroids. So instead of just betting on the price of, say, Bitcoin, you can trade on the outcome of all kinds of real-world events. We're talking politics, sports, you name it.
Now, here's where it gets really cool. They've totally supercharged their platform by integrating deeply with Strike. And this isn't just some simple partnership. It's this multi-layered connection that adds some serious firepower for traders.
So the integration works across 3 main areas. First, you've got automated vaults that will strategically shuffle capital between Ascend and Strike based on what the market is doing. Second, one-click hedging, which lets you protect your positions instantly. And third, something that's already live, simple up or down binary markets that are settled by Strike's own price oracle. You know, that's the service that feeds real-world data onto the blockchain.
And this slide right here really shows you the depth of the platform as it stands today. I mean, we're talking over 15 live markets across crypto, stocks, even politics. They support 6 different oracle feeds for really solid data. They've got innovative features like multi-outcome and boosted markets. And to top it all off, they are the first Midnight DeFi app on Dune. That's a huge crypto analytics platform, which brings transparency to over 1 million users.
Okay, so the tech sounds impressive, but is anyone actually using it? Well, that brings us to Section 3, the proof of traction. Let's dig into their testnet performance.
Yeah, and the numbers here are staggering. Over 300,000 transactions have already been processed on the testnet. That shows some serious demand, and it proves the platform is stable even when it's getting hammered.
And all that massive usage, it's translated directly into market dominance. By basically every key metric, transactions, user count, you name it, Ascend is the undisputed #1 DeFi protocol on the Midnight Network. And honestly, it's not even close.
Now, this is what I find really fascinating. Check out where these users are coming from. A full 50% are from outside the native Cardano and Midnight ecosystems. You've got people coming over from Ethereum, Solana, and BNB chains to use Ascend. That is a massive indicator of its cross-chain appeal.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. This quote comes straight from the official Midnight newsletter. They're pointing out that Ascend isn't some toy. It's a real, functioning application with actual users, real volume, and that all-important cross-chain reach. That is some powerful third-party validation right there.
So let's move on to the part everyone wants to know about. How does this all translate into value for the people who support it? Let's dive into the ASCEND tokenomics. The team has been super clear about their philosophy here. They look at most tokens and see them as extractive. You know, designed to benefit the insiders more than the actual community. Ascend is going down a completely different path, one that's heavily inspired by the successful Strike model, where the entire design is about sharing revenue directly with token holders. And look, this isn't just marketing talk. These are the key principles. 100%, 100 of platform revenue goes to the holders. There are 0 inflationary emissions, which means your bag isn't constantly getting diluted.
A high percentage of the supply will be circulating from the jump with a really low team allocation. And here's a little alpha for you. Liquid staking, which lets you earn rewards without locking up your tokens, is going to be available right from day one. It's simple. When the platform wins, the holders win.
Which brings us to our final section, your chance to ascend. Let's get into the key details for the upcoming launch.
All right, you might want to mark your calendars for this one. The pre-sale kicks off Tuesday, April 21st at 2 p.m. UTC. They're aiming for a 2 million ADA max raise, and they're offering 60% of the total supply right from the very start. That puts the launch market cap at a really lean 2.33 million ADA, which, as you know, is a key detail for any early supporter.
So here's the bottom line. Ascend is positioning itself to be this community-owned giant, sitting right at the intersection of prediction markets and automated trading. When you look at its insane traction and its holder-first tokenomics, it really leaves us with one critical question. Will Ascend just be a success, or will it go on to define the entire future of the Midnight ecosystem?